yesterday. It's clear to me from reading in the paper that what's going to happen is that we're going to be denied the ability to operate as normal, that Senator Schumer said that everything is on the table. And we've given this nominee a chance to be questioned fairly, firmly. And I want to congratulate my Democratic colleagues for having a disposition that I think will help us all. But I know what awaits us. So I will now make a motion to report the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett.
Motion to vote.
A motion to vote on the motion to report from the committee the nomination of Amy Coney Barrett to be Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States on October the 22nd, 2020 at 1 o'clock.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
you cannot conduct that business without another minority member present.
These are all the dates.
And so at this point, I'm going to make a motion to adjourn this meeting until we have completed the hearing on Amy Coney Barrett. We still have a panel before us. This is unprecedented. We have never done this before as a committee. And if we're going to honor the rules and show mutual respect, the fact is we cannot move forward without another member of the minority present.
Well, Senator Durbin, with all due respect, we've had this problem in the past. We're dealing with it the way we are today. If we create this problem for you in the future, you're going to do what I'm going to do, which is move forward on the business of the committee. On the motion, the clerk will call the roll.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye. Aye. Aye.
You can vote for vaccine.
Aye.
Yes. The others. You don't have to.
No by proxy. No. No by proxy. 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 No by
Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I failed to answer no by proxy for Senator Feinstein.
So noted. I vote aye. The motion is passed. We'll be voting on Amy Coney Barrett to be Associate Justice of the Supreme Court at 1 o'clock on October the 22nd. Now before the committee is Senator Durbin's motion to adjourn. Would you like to say anything else, Senator Durbin?
You can't withdraw my motion. A hearing, that's the same motion.
Yeah.
I withdraw my motion.
Okay, thank you. Now we'll move forward with the hearing.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion. I seek recognition to make a motion.
Okay.
I move to indefinitely postpone the nomination of
Not
Amy
yet.
Coney Barrett
No, we're not.
to be an Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court. I believe that this sham process is a disservice to our committee. She has been rushed in a way that is historically unprecedented. There's never been a nomination in an election year after the month of July, and the purpose of doing it is simply to have a justice on the Supreme Court, as the President said, to decide the election and to strike down the Affordable Care Act. We've had inadequate time to review this nomination, as indicated most recently yesterday, a CNN report that there are 7 more speeches or talks that she has given that have not been disclosed to this committee. The consequence of this rush process is that we've given inadequate scrutiny to this nominee. I move to delay these proceedings so that we can do our job and ask again for all of the documents, the 2006 open letter, the 2013 letter are among the documents that previously were undisclosed. We now have apparently, reportedly 7 more, and I move to delay the proceedings.
Well, thank you. very much, Senator Blumenthal. The material you're talking about will be made available. I think everybody understands the issue about Judge Barrett and the position she takes as an individual. As to the process, it will be 7 days from the time of the hearing to the vote. The last 50 years, 676 times, we've done exactly what we're intending to do today. Over half, about half, of the nominees nominated by a president have the hearing within 16 days. That happened here. We've had 2 Supreme Court justices confirmed totally from the time they were nominated to being on the voting by the Senate, 17 to 19 days. Justice Ginsburg was 33 days, so there's nothing out of the norm here in terms of the time we've given this matter. We've had 2 days of hearings. Each member had 50 minutes. So with all due respect, we'll call the roll on the motion.
Mr. Chairman?
And I will be urging a no vote. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to join in with Senator Blumenthal here. This is a sham, and I just heard you talk about precedent. The closest precedent, which what matters to me, is what all of you said. And what you said, Mr. Chairman, and what Senator McConnell said are where he set the precedent. He said the American people should have a voice in the selection of their next Supreme Court justice. Therefore, when he was looking back at the Merrick Garland time, this vacancy should not be filled until we have a new president. This is even closer in time than that. And the best precedent that we really have is when Abraham Lincoln was president, and it was the closest in time that we have had in history to this, when a justice died closest to the election, and he waited until after the election to make the selection. And I look at the words of my colleagues in this committee, people I work with very well all the time. I look at that historical example, and I think it leads us to one end, and that is that we should allow the winner of the election to pick this nominee, that we should make sure that we do this after the election, and that we remember that we have literally millions and millions of people voting as we speak. You all know that. And the final thing that concerns me is that the president himself has been making it very clear why he wants this justice on the court. He said he wants 9 people after the election. He says that he wants a court that's going to overturn Obamacare. He has made all of this clear. So to me, not only do you have your own precedent, not only do you have the example of Abraham Lincoln, but you have the fact that because of what this president has been saying, it undermines this process, undermines the court, and that is why we should delay. And the final word is why we are not working right now on a COVID relief package in the middle of a pandemic is the final pits about this whole process, because that's what we should be doing. That's what the American people want. 74% of them say we should be doing that instead of working on this. And I think the time has come to be honest about what's going on here. You're just trying to ram through this justice against your own words in light of everything this president has said, where he won't even commit to a peaceful transition of power. That's the world we're in right now. It's not some ivory tower where people are talking, with all respect to one of my colleagues, about the dormant commerce clause. This is about peaceful transition to power and the effect that this has on people's lives, the effect it has on their lives when the Affordable Care Act is hanging in the balance, and whether or not people are going to be kicked off of their health insurance for pre-existing conditions. That's what we should be focused on.
Thank you.
And I join Senator Blumenthal in his motion.
I'll recognize Senator Feinstein in a moment. I feel as chairman, I want to hear anybody that wants to speak on this motion. We'll vote. We have a panel from the American Bar Association. We have an 8-person panel, 4 for, 4 against, chosen by the minority and the majority. I will do whatever my colleagues want in terms of motions and being heard. I hate it for the panel, but I'll let you decide what we do today. We're going to vote on the judge on October the 22nd, but I would prefer, if it's possible, we could hear from the panel, but I'll leave it up to my colleagues. Senator Feinstein.